This evening as homeowners in Gray, Tennessee push for de-annexation from Johnson City. Our community watchdog found out the fire station they help fund has the lowest call volume in all of Johnson City. According to call logs, firefighters in that zone responded to just 112 fire and medical calls over a year. One city leader told Nate MORABITO it may be time to start studying the possibility of consolidating services.
Listen to this, Josh. Firefighters in the Gray fire zone went 25 days without responding to a single call at one point earlier this year, according to those call logs we mentioned. Homeowners who are asking the city to de-annex them back into the county say this is proof they really don't benefit from the city services they pay for. Despite the low call volume, city management, though, says the city needs that station.
See that white sign?
Trudy Watkins doesn't like that landmark.
The tall gray sign.
It reminds her she's so close to Washington County.
We were the last house to be annexed into the city.
She and her husband are also relatively close to two volunteer fire departments. They say that fire protection is good enough for them. That's one of the many reasons they're pushing for de-annexation.
We're not receiving any more services than we had before.
They just don't see much benefit in paying taxes for both county and Johnson City services. This fire station is one of those services. According to call logs from November 2014 through November of this year, firefighters in this zone responded to medical and fire calls once every 3 days on average. And sometimes that quiet spell went even longer. All this at a station that's staffed with 2 firefighters 24/7.
Does that make me happy to see that? No. Would I close that station? No, because it might be the one right next to your house.
Commissioner David Tamita knows there's a need for fire protection, but he says the city needs to start studying all of its options to see if long-term there's a way to provide services more efficiently, especially if leaders sign off on the de-annexation of homes here.
Perhaps shrinking the boundary of the city of Johnson City might make some sense because you'd be consolidating your services and concentrating your services in a smaller area. We're not talking tremendous contraction, but a little bit of contraction might be very efficient.
That's less than 1 call a day. Despite the low call volume,
public safety is a lot like the military. You can't live without it.
City Manager Pete Peterson says the city will never need to close this fire station.
The cost savings would be extremely insignificant.
Even if de-annexation becomes a reality.
Some of the largest employers in the city of Johnson City are in Gray.
Interstate 26 is here too. And as long as there are taxpayers paying for city services, Peterson says the city will continue to fully honor its commitment.
Overwhelmingly, the number of Gray residents in the city and businesses are there in the city as a result of their request. So we have an obligation to provide services to that area, and we will continue to do so.
So Peterson says this station is a lot like the city's newest fire station at Wing-Deer Park, which also has a low call volume, not nearly as low as the Gray station. But the city manager says the city built the Wing-Deer station, much like the Gray station, expecting that area will continue to grow.
You understand that the city has a couple other reasons why, especially among management, they feel that this system they have now is working.
Yeah, the city manager told me the proximity of all of the city's 9 fire stations helps keep insurance costs low. We hear that a lot, but more importantly, results in faster response times, having them so close together. Not only that, he says the fire station in Gray provides backup to other stations across the city as well.